So awakening shows us sort of a transhuman, the essence of our being that's sort of always stands prior to our personality and our hang-ups and our, you know, beliefs and opinions and our narrative, our life history and all that. It stands prior to that. That's why it's always experienced as very, very freeing and very liberating. But it's not a part in the sense of being completely disconnected. Like I said, any more than your right hand is ultimately disconnected from your left hand. That there's still always going to be a human. There's going to be a human element there, and that human element does need attention. Um, and it is tricky because often when people have awakenings, there's this part of them that just kind of wants to ignore the human element, or form this new identity. And I am pure awareness, and I have nothing to do with my narrative or, my given name or my personality. I'm none of that. I am pure awareness. And you sometimes can just feel the strain in them trying to kind of have a new exclusive identity in pure awareness or pure consciousness. And um, it doesn't really work that way. We can understand why somebody would want to do that because, the human part is the part that feels the pain and the confusion and the turmoil. And also, by the way, the joy and the wonder and the amazement and the awe and the bliss. And, you get rid of the human element and you get rid of all that too. So they're different, but they're not apart, right? They're different, but they're not apart. And there's, and we should be able to intuitively feel our way. What's calling you for your attention at any moment in time? Sometimes healing is personal, human life healing is really what's important. And then at other times it feels like that's just not what you're called for, and you're really called to wake up to your true nature, and then sometimes you're called to wake up to your true nature, and you wake up to your true nature only to be surprised by at some point after that you're called back to heal, human healing for what's, what really needs human attention. We are wide. We are all vast, right? We are not just a sort of spiritual definition of true nature. We're the whole thing. We are true nature. We are what transcends the human part and space and time and all that. That's real, and we can experience that. And our other hand is human and vulnerable and, challenged by life and maybe looking for healing. And all of that, in the end, is a part of us. Yes, sometimes in spiritual teachings, that as a sort of expedient means, you might say, or temporary useful sort of approach will be almost, I'm not my mind, I'm not my history, I'm not my past, I'm not this, I'm not, the neti approach. That can be very useful sometimes to induce a kind of, or encourage a kind of deeper awakening to the essence of your being. But we shouldn't take that kind of skillful means as ultimate truth. Because if we take it as ultimate truth, then we've sort of we've discounted an aspect of the experience that everybody's having. Everybody's having a human experience, enlightened and unenlightened, and all that goes along with that. The goal, to me, of spirituality, awakening, enlightenment, is that we become whole. We don't just shift our identity from one part of duality to another part. That may be a temporary thing, often is, but the But the ultimate aim is wholeness. The whole thing.